All right, so in this problem, you recognize you're dealing with two radicals. So you need to isolate one of them and then get rid of the radical. So I'm going to go ahead and isolate the one that's positive. So I'm just going to add root 2x plus 3 to both sides. So I get 2 times root x plus 1 is equal to 1 plus root 2x plus 3. Okay, so when I look at this, if I could divide every term by a 2 and not leave a fraction, I would do that. However, I can't. So I'm just going to leave it right where it is when I square this to get rid of my radical. Okay, so here I'm going to square the 2, square the root, which cancels with the power, leaving just the base x plus 1. On the right side, I'm going to apply the properties of the binomial square. So I'm going to square the first term. I'm going to take the product of these terms and double it. So 1 times root 2x plus 3 is just root 2x plus 3. Double that. And then I'm going to add the square of the last term. The last term squared is just going to cancel the power and the radical, leaving just the base 2x plus 3. And once I get to this step, what I can now do, I'll go ahead and distribute my 4 through. So 4x plus 4. And I'm going to move everything over. I solve the resulting equation. It is once again a radical equation, so I isolate this radical. So in doing that, what I'm going to do is add 1 and 3 is 4, so I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. And those cancel, and that cancels. I'm also going to subtract a 2x from both sides. So I get a 2x is equal to 2 times root 2x plus 3. And here, when you're looking to isolate your radical, can I divide every term by 2 and not wind up with a fraction? Yeah, so I'm going to do that here. These 2's cancel and these 2's cancel. So I get x is equal to root 2x plus 3. And so now, to get rid of my radical, I square both sides, leaving an x squared is equal to 2x plus 3. Again, the radical and power cancel. And then we solve the resulting equation once again. This time the resulting equation is a quadratic. It has multiple terms with variables, so we're going to move everything to one side and set it equal to 0. So I'm going to kind of write that over here. I get x squared. I'm going to subtract a 2x from both sides and subtract a 3 from both sides. Set that equal to 0. And now I'm going to look to see, can I factor this? Are there two factors of negative 3 whose sum is negative 2? Yeah, negative 3 and positive 1. Therefore, I have two possible values for my x to consider, 3 and negative 1. Okay. You do need to go back in and check these to make sure that they work. When we plug in a 3, we get, check these over here, 2 times 3 plus 1 is 4, minus the square root of 3 times 2 is 6, plus 3 is 9. Is that equal to 1? Is 2 times 2 minus 3 equal to 1? Yeah, so 3 works. I'm going to do the same thing, test my negative. So I have 2 times negative 1 plus 1 is 0. Minus, now do I even need to go any further here? I have 0 minus some square root value has to be positive. So I know that negative 1 is not going to work. I mean, there's no way that it can equal a positive number in this